So sadly, come to the boat today, I haven't put the microphone on or anything, so I hope the audio's not too bad. But, oh dear, this is a problem with filling all the holes that are in the bottom of the boat. There's nowhere for the water to go now. So just need to empty this out, and then I'm going to see what I can do this week. But I just thought I'd film that before I started on that. The mast is still on. So I'm still waiting for the mast to come off so I can get this shelter on the top and start work on the deck. But let's get this emptied. So apologies for not having that many videos out right now, as I'm still waiting for the mast to come down so I can carry on. But I have been a little bit busy. So what we have here is the original pencil drawings that are digitised, and then I managed to get a PDF from some lovely people in a Culvert group, and then my friend actually printed them off for me. Now they said, we're going to print them off at the size they're meant to be, and I did not realise they're going to be this big. So I've actually got all the actual pencil drawings to do with the Culvert 26. So this is a design by David Feltham. And I believe it was someone that knew his daughter that actually got these digitised, the original pencil drawings digitised. So thanks to them, and thanks to my friend who printed these off. I'll put a link for them. They're CLC Designs in Essex. They do sewing pattern prints, but they did this for me, as I do plans now and then as well. But absolutely brilliant. So let's just have a look at all the different ones I've got. So I've got the main one. Now I think I've got these in the wrong order, but this is the actual main one. It's quite handy because it gives you all the different lengths of the rigging on some of it. I think this is the end one. Yeah, so this is all the schedule of parts. I can actually read that better now. Now it's in a bigger writing, but as you can see, it's brilliant. It's got all the little different deck mouldings. You've got every little detail. So this is the actual mast pad. This is one of the reasons I'm taking the mast down, to replace that, because that's all rotten. But it also tells you about the king post, the layouts inside. Now obviously a lot of the layouts I will be actually copying some of the things, like they do have supports down the keel, which I don't have on mine for some reason, which is why I think mine's got different supports along the hull. And obviously diesel engine, I'm not going that route, but even things like it gives you all the different thicknesses of the original design. So I haven't actually had to be honest, this is the first time I've actually gone through all of them and actually looked at every single one. But there you go. So this again, other little details. So things like chain plates, how they go in. It's also got how the actual, I've always wondered how this fiberglass bit there was curved and what was in there. But yeah, it gives you every single little detail about the boat. Now, this one is the wiring diagram. So this is one I probably won't use. As you can see, that's got all the switch panels and the alternators, starter motors. So it's just a normal sort of, might give me an idea what some cables are that are left in the mast. I won't actually open that one. Got so many of them. So this is exciting for me, might be boring for you. So I think I've actually, it's profile and sail plan. I think that's the same as the other one. First one I showed you. And then but it's actually quite interesting because I've actually missed some bits off of this when I was looking at the PDF. So here we go, it gives you all the lines. So this is absolutely brilliant. So it gives me a better idea of the actual original layout of the top of the boat. And yeah, they did have square windows originally. But yeah, it gives you a real good idea. It gives you all the measurements. So all the measurements of every single curves. So my favourite though is this one, which I have had a look at. This is what I'll be doing soon. So this is the full layout of the whole boat. So the good thing about this is it shows me how they've actually planned this differently, how this actually had supports going along the bottom, whereby mine has got just one beam going along the very keel line, which I don't like because the water just sits on it. It's separate. The water goes into separate like size of this central keel sort of beam they've put in on my one. So I'm thinking of taking it out and actually putting in these with holes to allow the water to drain through, and then I can actually have one bilge pump. But well, right now I don't know how it'd work, but you'd have to have two bilge pumps, or this side did have loads of junk in it, all of that iron and stuff. But yeah, it's very, very interesting. Gives me all the positions of everything. Those are where they are. The handrails were where they were. But it's quite handy to have all of this. So when I'm actually doing the insides, see if I just noticed this. My one's there, but it goes straight across. Whereby this one's set back that way. See, learning new things every day. But as you can see, this gives me a full detailed plan of the whole boat. So I'm going to be using this for when I redo the bulkheads. So when I take the mast off, the first thing I'm probably going to do is to redo this bulkhead here, and I'm going to redo these two bulkheads underneath the cockpit to give it the support it needs. And then I'm actually going to do all the deck and redo all the coring on the deck. But I just want to have enough bulkheads in there to keep the shape of the boat and to stop everything flexing too much when I actually start cutting the decks apart. But say cutting the decks apart, I'm only going to be taking small bits off and just repairing the balsa core. But yeah, so this is what I've been up to, just been studying some of these plans a little bit and figuring out, researching when I do the decks. But I will be back hopefully next week. I keep saying this each week, but hopefully I will have the mast off next week. I've definitely said to the yard owner I can't carry on until that's done, so he didn't understand that that's how essential it was. So hopefully next week that mast will be down and we can make a start on the deck. But I'll see you again next week.